It's yours. The world is yours.
Yo, what's good everyone? It's Leek and I'm back with another video. Now I'm a little late to the party, but DBD Leaks came out with some surprising news that really surprised me and caught me off guard about chapter 26. If you haven't heard about it, basically the tweet says this: you probably heard of chapter 26 containing the Night Killer being original. Would you be surprised to learn that this chapter is actually licensed? Let me know your theories then. Now off the rip, this got me thinking because of the fact that what horror night character will be licensed, really? That the chapter 26 killer might just be Apollyon from For Honor. Hear me out. Now if you don't know the game For Honor is a medieval third-person fighting game where you play as a knight or a samurai or a Viking, basically different warriors or slash heroes from different factions. It's a pretty dope game. I like it. I've been playing it since beta. But basically in the story mode, a character, basically the antagonist of the game, Apollyon, she's basically obsessed with war. And basically everywhere she goes is just war. She wants no peace. In the story mode of the game, she dies at the end by Orochi, but then the devs released Apollyon as a playable character and called her Warmonger. Now you're probably thinking For Honor is not even a horror license, but I don't know, I still think it's quite possible because of the simple fact that For Honor and DBD had a crossover already. And when you really think about it, that crossover happened in October, right? Mind you, that's after the September release of any other chapter that came out, and then we got the Dead by Daylight / For Honor crossover in October. And the fact that the next chapter, well, chapter 26, it's around Christmas time, while leading towards the next chapter, it's kind of a connection in my opinion. But I don't know, that's just me. Now I literally searched up on Google what licensed night is like a horror night, and I literally found nothing. There's no horror night, iconic horror night, fictional iconic horror night character. And I literally found nothing. It just showed the list of just random nights from our time in real life, but there wasn't really no fictional night character. That's what really kind of confused me. So I was just like, wait a minute, what if it's literally just For Honor? Because we literally only got a charm from the devs. Now I know what you're probably thinking. If you do know the game For Honor, you're probably thinking, why can't it just be Black Prior or any other character like that kind of has that horror aesthetic? But when you really think about it, Apollyon is the main antagonist in For Honor, and I'm pretty sure if the devs did want to make a For Honor chapter, that they would definitely put Apollyon as the next killer. The only thing that kind of bugs me about this theory is the fact that this chapter is gonna come with a survivor. It's like, who would they grab from For Honor that's a survivor? That's kind of confusing. But my other theory is that they would just kind of mix mash it, kind of like what they did with the Hellraiser chapter / Hour of the Witch chapter, where they just kind of merged it together, but it came out in separate months. But instead, with the For Honor chapter, we will get Apollyon and the original survivor, but they will come at the same time. And we could possibly get a map too, which would be pretty dope. Aside from that, some people are saying it could be Scooby-Doo as well, which I'm kind of confused about, because when you really think about it, Scooby-Doo really had no blood at all. So that's what kind of confused me. Like, don't get me wrong, Scooby-Doo would be a dope chapter, but I'm just very, very, very hesitant about it because it's Scooby-Doo, you know? So it's like, that's a very, 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 very PG cartoon. So to have that in a game, a very serious tone game like Dead by Daylight, it will be kind of weird, in my opinion at least. So that's what's kind of making me X out Scooby-Doo. Then again, it's like, you know, who knows? Anything is really possible because these devs are completely random. Like, I really didn't expect this chapter to be licensed, because it's like, who in the hell is a night killer that's that's licensed and that comes from a horror game? There's really kind of none. I mean, I thought about the game Eternal Darkness that was on the PS2, but I don't really know that game as much. But that's like the only game where it kind of takes place in like the medieval times. That's like a horror game, and that was on the PS2. It's called Eternal Darkness, the game. What I found interesting though is that in Eternal Darkness, there literally is a character named Pious, I cannot pronounce that name at all. Pious Augustus. Augustus in the game that looks like a knight, and who knows, we could actually possibly get Eternal Darkness as a chapter. There's even a concept right here for Dead by Daylight, and yo, who knows, we actually might even get Eternal Darkness. The devs might really want to go back and just give us a wild card chapter like Eternal Darkness. I never played this game before, but now looking it up and looking at this character is in fact a knight. The character is a knight. The character is from a horror game, and the survivor is like a medieval type character as well. But I don't really know how valuable this is, because it's like such a random game, you know. But who knows, because anything is really possible when you really think about it. I swear this is hard to decipher. Yeah, but if the chapter really is licensed, those are really my main two characters or slash chapters that I really think is really possible for DBD, is For Honor and Eternal Darkness, especially Eternal Darkness. I'm looking at it because it's really a horror game, and I know Behavior, they love their classics, so it will kind of make sense to have a classic chapter in the game like Eternal Darkness, because Eternal Darkness is a classic horror game from the PS2 days, so I could kind of see it. Or maybe the chapter will be For Honor, because DBD and For Honor had a crossover before. I'm just very hesitant on Scooby-Doo though. I'm really not sure how Scooby-Doo will really work. I'm very hesitant on a chapter like that happening, but who knows, really anything is possible. But now really looking at it, I'm really kind of surprised, and I'm kind of looking at this Eternal Darkness game, and I kind of do think this is pretty possible. The antagonist, however you say his name, it says here, is the main antagonist of the video game Eternal Darkness. At first he was a centurion, but was lured into a temple, the Forbidden City, by the voices of the ancients. They could easily connect this to DBD lore, because maybe instead Pious will just hear the whispers of the entity, and then he'll be lured into the realm just like that. It's very interesting to think about, because I'm pretty sure this went past most people's head, this game, and it's horror, it has the medieval aesthetic, it fits, so I think it will be pretty dope. Like, it's already talked about on Reddit and everything, so I still think it's pretty possible for this character to enter DVD, honestly. But I could be completely wrong. I mean, look, listen, DVD said the chapter is licensed, so who knows? It could be anything, and I'm just over here looking like a fool. But let's get into these tweets though. I want to hear some of y'all theories. No fucking way. I mean, I don't know who this character is. I know this character is from Evil Dead, but I don't know who this character is. Who knows? We might actually get this character. This character looks like a knight. This character is clearly a knight, and it's from a horror. It's from a horror game slash horror movie, Evil Dead. So who knows? My only thing about this is the fact that when you really look at it, it'll kind of, if this is the case, if we really are getting this Evil Dead knight character, I'll kind of feel bad for Bill, because of the fact that Bill was released and we got no witch or nothing like that, which I really wanted the witch. I think the witch from Left 4 Dead would have been pretty dope. So to kind of add Ash and then add a killer for him later before Bill, I'll kind of feel a certain way about that. But if they do, it is what it is. We will have this character, I guess, and Evil Dead fans will be happy, so why not? Finally, a Shrek chapter. Survivor, Shrek, Killer the Dragon, Map Castle. Possible. It must be a plague tale. Innocent. Killer will be Nicholas, the Inquisition, and the survivor must be Amicia the Rune, since it's the only game with a night killer and a female survivor. That's not true. Eternal Darkness is a thing as well, but I'm always gonna take anything into consideration because these devs are very random, so why not? Game isn't popular enough to be featured. Barely anyone knows what you're talking about. When you really think about it, barely anybody knew who Pinhead was when Pinhead got released. Most people dead thought he was the original chapter, but they was surprised to realize that Pinhead actually really is a licensed character, so nobody really know who Pinhead was, so that kind of isn't valid in my opinion. The devs could just add any chapter they really wanted to and just make it popular off that, or make anything popular off that. Since Dead by Daylight is already a popular game, they could add an old PS2 game to to the game and then literally make that PS2 game popular off the fact of it just being in Dead by Daylight, like literally, because then people want to get into that game and start playing that game because the fact that it's already in DVD and they want to get to know the characters or whatever the game better, you know what I'm trying to say? So this is kind of invalid in my opinion, but I'm gonna move on. It's the Black Knight from Scooby-Doo. Listen, I'm very hesitant on Scooby-Doo, but at this point these devs be so random, I really don't know. I'm sticking with Eternal Darkness or For Honor in my opinion, but that's just me. Why is everyone saying For Honor? LMAO. That would be random as fuck. These devs are random as fuck, bro. It could legit be For Honor. It has knights and they've done stuff with Dead by Daylight before. Just have no clue with what their power could be, or if they even get any survivors or a map with them. If it is For Honor though, I'd imagine it probably be a paragraph, half chapter. For Honor, that's what I'm saying. Like, if it is For Honor, I'm pretty sure that Apollyon will have her power. I really don't know what her power will be, but I don't know. She will have something, because I know her feats in the game, she kind of disrupts anybody who's working together in any 4v4s. So she has this feat, I forgot what the feat is called, but basically if you're nearby her, you basically can't gank her because you would start to lose health, basically killing the vibe for the other team, because it's like they can't jump Apollyon, they can't, two people can't gank her because of the fact that she has that feat slash perk, if I should say, that makes the enemy team separate. So that would be kind of interesting to see in DVD. I guess you kind of work like Legion in a way. I don't know. That's very random. I don't know. Maybe she could, like, because in the game I know she surrounds herself. It's like a circle almost. It's like she surrounds herself with a big circle. Once you step into that circle, you start losing health. So maybe she could kind of do that in the game, and then the survivors would kind of start to have this circle meter where if it goes all the way up, then they lose a health state. I don't know how she will work in the game. If it is Apollyon, it is pretty random though. For Honor in Dead by Daylight is pretty random. I don't know. A lot of you forgot the leak where the survivor was also from this time period. I'm guessing a Souls chapter personally, with Soul of Cinder as a killer. Ooh, Dark Souls. I think Dark Souls will be pretty dope. And you also have a huge point in the game. Eternal Darkness also has a survivor character from that time period, so that even fits as well. And the game is already a horror genre, so don't really have to worry about that. It's already placed in horror, so it already fits the vibe of Dead by Daylight. But who knows, I could be clearly wrong. Finally Willy's Wonderland in Dead by Daylight. I wish. Everyone keeps saying Scooby-Doo, but missing what could be one of the coolest ideas. Very possible. I mean, I played Dark Souls, but I don't really know like the Dark Souls like lore or the main antagonist like that, but that would be pretty dope though, I'm not gonna lie. I think people are misreading, thinking it's a licensed knight, but it says instead of a knight, it's a licensed chapter. A licensed chapter is a licensed knight though. If the chapter is licensed, the knight is gonna be licensed. It's because it's from that licensed chapter, you get it? What the hell? It better not be For Honor. Why not? You can use something a little bit. The thing I love about the idea of For Honor or For Honor character possibly being in DVD is that it opens up a lot of gateways for games that's not horror to be in Dead by Daylight. Like this, they could just snatch a character from that game or movie and just place it in For Honor. When you really think about it, everybody, well, most people wanted that big dude from Bioshock, and Bioshock is not even horror, you know what I'm trying to say? So that's kind of not a fair statement, saying that something not horror related can be in DVD, yet most people wanted the killer from Bioshock in DVD. That's kind of not a fair statement. But if Apollyon does get added from For Honor, that will open up a lot of gateways, so I will be very thankful, and y'all should be thankful as well, because now there's more possibilities and there's more varieties of killers that could be in the game that's not from a horror genre. So I will kind of love that, because literally anytime a chapter is licensed that's coming out, that joint will be completely random. Like, it could literally be anything at this point, and that's the exciting part, because now we really be surprised unless it gets leaked early and boom, you know what I'm trying to say? But even then, we will still be surprised, which I'm glad about. Holding out Sleepy Hollow. I was thinking of this too, but I'm just not sure how how it will work, you know, because he got no head. But these devs can really make anything possible. Literally anything's possible. Anything is possible. So I have no idea. Who am I to say that this chapter is not gonna happen? You know what I'm trying to say? I hope it's Scooby-Doo. That would be hilarious. That would be pretty funny, I'm not gonna lie, and pretty random. And the fact that Scooby-Doo is not really a horror genre, but it has some horror elements, that would be pretty dope to just have Scooby-Doo. But I don't know, I'm still pretty hesitant on it. I don't know how I feel about it really being Scooby-Doo if it is Scooby-Doo, because that would be so crazy if it is Scooby-Doo. Like, what the hell, devs? What made y'all want to just randomly add Scooby-Doo to Dead by Daylight? But anyways, that's gonna wrap it up. I hope you enjoyed this theory video. I'm really do think that it could very much be Eternal Darkness or a For Honor character with an original survivor. Who knows? I could be completely wrong. And I just look stupid here just theorizing and speculating, and none of it is true. So who knows at this point? Literally it could literally be anything. I just don't understand how it's licensed though. If it was original night character, then boom, you know what I'm trying to say. Of course, like the devs, they have their own imagination. They could think of a night character. It's the fact that it's licensed, bro, that's getting me, because it's like, who's a licensed knight, bro? That's a horror character. I literally just now thought of Eternal Darkness because I forgot about that game. That's really the only, I think that's really the only game where it's horror, it takes place during that time period, and the antagonist is actually a night character. And the survivor, one of the survivors actually is a survivor from that time period as well. So it kind of fits. We can have a debate in the comment section all you want. It kind of fits. The game is probably old and it's a classic, but when you really think about it, these devs be so random. They could literally just add the most randomest chapter to the game. Who knows at this point, really? But anyways, love y'all, take care, and I'm gonna see you on the next one. Peace.
To the beat, y'all. Check it out.